Welcome to Monday's edition of the Build Your Confidence for Success show. This is episode 6. How are you? Are you all right? Is everyone okay? Almost Christmas, still grey and murky here in the UK, but hopefully it's going to get nicer, but maybe not because it's winter. So I hope everyone's okay. Let me know if you're joining me live. Type hashtag live in the comments, and if you're joining me on replay, type hashtag replay because I love to know who's joining me, who's tuned in later on. So if you're watching me for the first time and you don't know who I am, my name's Tish Hawken and I'm a life coach, and I specialize in helping people to develop confidence and self-belief over time so that they can show up for their businesses online. Now, if you don't have an online business, that's fine. You can still tune into these lives because developing confidence and self-belief, if that's what you're interested in, is the same at the core. It's the same principles no matter where you're at in your life, no matter where you want to develop confidence in your life. So stay with me. So if you know anybody that might benefit from this live, then please do tag them in it or share it in a group or on their page. That would be great. So let's get to it. So episode 6 is called Who Are You? So we're going to go a bit deep today. So stick with me. We're going to go deep and talk about who are you? Do you know who you are? Now, most people will say, of course I know who I am. Of course I know who I am. I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, I'm a CEO, I'm a business owner. And most people will place what they do and what roles they play and what beliefs they have as their identity. And so, actually, the roles that you play, the job you do, and the beliefs you have are not your identity. They're exactly what they say on the tin. So, if you define yourself as, let's say, a mother and a wife and a business owner, does that make you who you are? No, it doesn't. What makes you who you are the attributes that you have, are the qualities that you have, and what your personality is like. If you are very political, you might say, I am a conservative or I'm a Labour person, but that's not who you are. So, what you'll notice is there's a prefix of I am before um, every label that you put on yourself. I am this, I am that. You may define yourself up to date of how you've done in life. So I am a failure or I am a success. You may define yourself with what your financial situation is. I am rich, I am poor. You may define yourself by a medical diagnosis or label. So you may say, I am anxious, or I am an anxious person, I am a depressive, I am bipolar, when actually they're not who you are, they are things that you're struggling with. They're not actually who you are, but we grab these labels because we're trying to figure out who we are, especially when we're growing up. And that's why, you get teenagers who'll latch on to particular trends or try and fit in because they need to try and find out who they are. They're looking for something to attach themselves to. And we can take that right through to adulthood. So if we place too much emphasis on our labels and our roles, then what happens is when those roles get taken away, is we can become really depressed. We can lose all confidence, all self-belief because we don't know who we are without these labels. So for instance, if you are a soldier and you leave the army, once you leave the army, it's very common that soldiers can go into a depressive state because they've lost that identity of being a soldier. It's the same with anybody who gets made, well, not anybody, but a lot of people who get made redundant because they hang their self-esteem and hang their identity on that particular job. When that job is removed, or they're made redundant, or the company folds, a person can go into a depressive and unconfident state because they feel they've lost part of who they are and their self-esteem has dipped, when in fact that's not who they are. So if you place too much emphasis on your roles in life, your job or your roles, you can really come a cropper when those roles are taken away. It's very common with middle-aged women whose children leave the nest, and even men as well, because obviously it's called empty nest syndrome. So somebody is identified as a mother, for most of her adult life. When the kids fly the nest and the kids no longer need her, that mum can feel really, really redundant and has no clue of who she is. Now, obviously, I'm generalizing here. This doesn't go for everybody, but I am generalizing to illustrate a point that the roles that we play, the jobs that we do, and the beliefs that we have are not who we are. Who we are is what we bring to the table as a person. So if you were to imagine going on a date, a first date, and somebody said to you, who are you? What kind of person are you? And you weren't allowed to say what you did or what roles you play, what would you say? What would you say? Would you say, for instance, I am kind, I'm generous, I'm considerate, I'm empathetic, I'm ambitious, I'm caring, I'm funny? They're the kinds of attributes and characteristics that make you who you are. And when you're grounded in, when you know who you are, what attributes you've got as a person and what you bring to the table, when you're grounded in that, whatever happens around you and whatever roles are taken away from you, or if your beliefs change, you're still really grounded in who you are. And when you know who you are, you can develop self-confidence really, really well, because it doesn't matter what roles you play. You understand that that's a job I do, that's not who I am. And if I lose that job, then I've still got who I am, and I can still go out and find another job that suits who I am. And so it's really important that we don't, if you want to develop authentic, strong self-confidence, that you don't hang your identity on on what job you do, what role you play, or what beliefs you have. So learn who you are. So that's it for today. If this resonated with you, or you've got any comments, please put them in the comments. I'd love to hear them. I'll see them. And again, if you know anyone who can benefit from this, just share the video or tag them in it. I'll be back sometime this week with another Build Your Confidence for Success show. Take care, guys. Bye.